Man, oh man, it's WrestleMania week, bruh. It is WrestleMania week. We are here. We have arrived. And the only thing I'd change is I wish I was in New Orleans with all of you guys partying, man. I've been seeing shit on Instagram and on Twitter. Elias throwing impromptu concerts on Bourbon Street already. People roaming Bourbon Street with those light-up skull drinks from Spirits on Bourbon. I probably would have been through. I wonder what's in there, by the way. I don't know what the fuck they're made with, but I assume they're pretty potent if they're coming in a light-up skull glass. But I would have probably been 2 or 3 deep with those if I got down there and I was partying with you guys last night. Wrestling events taking place already. WrestleMania Access underway. Those invitational tournaments taking part at WrestleMania Access, as we discussed on the NXT review this week. Lots of stuff going on. I wish I was down there partying with you guys, but next year, I promise to party it up with you guys since WrestleMania is coming to MetLife Stadium in New York, New Jersey, man. So we'll have a good time with that, meet and greets. I'll be in and around the city. It should be fun. And by that time, hopefully, we'll be inching our way towards 200,000 subscribers. I wish I was excited about the week of WWE programming, man, as I was about this weekend. WWE really didn't do anything to get you excited about the final push for WrestleMania. Both go-home shows for Raw and SmackDown failed to deliver any more added excitement to WrestleMania. And I mean, looking back on it, I mean, who really gives a shit? You know, I'm the type of guy that looks at a pro wrestling show, especially for a go-home show, and I am of the old-school mentality, you know. What is going to get me interested in the final push for all these feuds on WrestleMania? For both brands, Raw and SmackDown. WWE really didn't do anything to get me excited about anything on Monday Night Raw side. They got me excited about the tag team match with Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Daniel Bryan, and Shane McMahon. They did get me excited about the Nakamura, AJ Styles stuff. But other than that, there really wasn't much push of anything for any of these matches on these go-home shows. Both shows failed to deliver. NXT, they did an admirable job, even though they came off slightly weaker than normal for a NXT TV show. They did get you excited about TakeOver, but I think our excitement levels for TakeOver are through the roof right now, so they could have just given us video packages like we've seen with the Johnny Gargano, Tomaso, Champa stuff, and I would have been thoroughly pleased. There would have been no review, but I would have been thoroughly pleased to see video packages like that, which were fantastic, hyping up NXT Takeover New Orleans. Monday Night Raw, the only thing that I was excited about coming out of Monday Night Raw was the John Cena Undertaker stuff. I was happy to see that the Undertaker did not show up in Atlanta on the go-home show. I was very pleased that the WWE stuck to their guns in not having the Undertaker show up on live television. Why am I happy The Undertaker didn't show up on live television? Well, I've been telling you guys for weeks now, the storyline is not Desperate John Cena anymore. The storyline shifted from Desperate John Cena the moment he called out The Undertaker. John Cena knew he had a ticket to WrestleMania, and he put all his eggs in his basket in The Undertaker. It went away from Desperate John Cena seeking a way into WrestleMania's card somehow, some way. And it shifted from that to The Undertaker's silence. The Undertaker's silence is the entire story. This entire story, you know, is buried in The Undertaker's silence. Nobody knows what version of The Undertaker we're going to get. We can only assume. We can only work with what we are given, with all the facts that we are given. We can only work with what John Cena has posted on social media. The fact that Kid Rock is being inducted into the Hall of Fame and he has a lot to do with The Undertaker's American Badass persona. WWE selling merchandise at WWE Access in the shop that's down there in New Orleans with The Undertaker and the American flag on a t-shirt. once again lending to the possibility that we will see the American Badass ride down that ramp on his motorcycle. But the silence of The Undertaker is the entire storyline. A lot of people are being worked. A lot of people are being worked. I, for one, am not one of those people that's being worked. The Undertaker will be in New Orleans. John Cena will be in New Orleans. The only thing right now going into WrestleMania that none of us know is if we're actually getting a match. I don't know if we're getting a match. I don't know what version of The Undertaker we're going to get. But that's the beauty of WrestleMania season. None of us should be complaining about that. See, a lot of people right now, all these impatient casuals, or these fans who think they're smarter than everybody. You know, you want something presented to you, and you wanted something given to you, and WWE didn't give it to you, so then you're going to bitch and moan about it. Normally, I would say you have every right to bitch and moan about it because WWE didn't do a good job. But in this instance, in this storyline, WWE is doing everything right. Everything right. The fact that The Undertaker is not there yet and we haven't seen him yet is brilliant. This is brilliant. John Cena is good enough to carry this storyline, and he has. And he's done a fantastic job. This is the brainchild of Vince McMahon. You don't think Vince McMahon has had this plan in place for months? You think this is just something that he woke up with and said, yeah, we're going to have The Undertaker not even show up on television, and we're going to have John Cena come out and continuously challenge him to no answer. And we'll just take it week by week. This is a brainchild of Vince McMahon. You don't think Vince McMahon would book John Cena in a match at WrestleMania, his number one guy at WrestleMania? You don't think WWE and Vince McMahon would want The Undertaker back at WrestleMania? Of course they got plans for The Undertaker. Of course they had plans in place for The Undertaker and John Cena. It's ridiculous to think otherwise. But this is so different and so outside the box. And so different, especially for an Undertaker build going into WrestleMania, that people are thrown off because WWE has done something that they really haven't done before. And I love it. I think it's great. This has the potential to be an absolutely epic conclusion to WrestleMania. There's no doubt in my... There is absolutely no doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind what's going to close WrestleMania. No doubt. John Cena is going to be sitting in the audience till the end of the show. Well, maybe not in the audience physically, but he will be shown at the end of the show amongst the sea of people at WrestleMania. No answer from The Undertaker. That's when we'll hear The Undertaker. That's when we will see The Undertaker. Whether we get a match or not, we don't know. That is the only thing I physically can't tell you right now, because there are rumors now going around that The Undertaker will be there, and I'm hearing rumors that it might actually set up a match, not for this year, but for next year. And the only reason why I'm thrown off by that is because I am not sure if The Undertaker is in wrestling shape this year. We don't know that for sure. After last year, I don't know. That match with Roman Reigns was terrible. That is not a version of The Undertaker I ever want to see again. The only thing that's throwing me off with that is because, you know, we've heard rumors and rumors and rumors about The Undertaker wanting to get hip replacement surgery. Maybe he wants to get the surgery and give one final match at as close to 100% as he can. How could he do that with two bad hips? Maybe he wants to get the surgery and then visit this match with John Cena. But for now, he'll answer John Cena the best way that he can. American Badass, motorcycle, we get the promo that we've been waiting for all these weeks. That's the only thing that's throwing me off. It could happen, but knowing WWE, they'd want the match to happen at WrestleMania to conclude WrestleMania 34. And that alone would be fantastic. an impromptu match. You do realize that this match is not confirmed by any means. Nobody knows. WWE has made no mention of this match. It's not even on the poster. When you look at the poster, you either see John Cena with a big question mark next to his name, or you don't see The Undertaker or John Cena at all on the poster, on the promotional stuff. It's not confirmed. How could it be? Undertaker has said nothing. I'm loving every aspect of this storyline. Some of you might not agree with me on that, but just take a look at what The Undertaker has done at WrestleMania. The only thing that Undertaker has done at WrestleMania that had any storyline going into it was his stuff with Shawn Michaels and Triple H and CM Punk. Everything else had absolutely piss-poor build. They merely used The Undertaker because he's The Undertaker. Or they used him to get somebody else a WrestleMania moment or somebody else over at WrestleMania. I'm loving every aspect of this storyline, man. And there's no doubt in my mind what closes WrestleMania 34 on Sunday night. And I do think we see the American Badass at WrestleMania with Kid Rock playing him to the ring as he rides down the ramp on that beautiful motorcycle of his. To me, this is the best storyline going into WrestleMania. Easily. Other than that, on Monday Night Raw, man, we got the same old shit with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. You know, WWE, they figured it all out, man. They got every aspect of they do it for Roman off their priority list. Get Roman suspended? Yep. He's suspended. Call Brock Lesnar a bitch? Yep. Continuously call Brock Lesnar a bitch? Yep. Have Paul Heyman put over Roman Reigns in the best way possible with the nicest words possible? Yep. Put over the Universal Championship when Brock Lesnar's not there by stating how important it is to be Universal Champion, which we all know Roman Reigns will be? Yep. It's all there. It's all there. Have Roman Reigns come off as a superhero in front of everybody? Yep. Use the entire WWE locker room to side with Roman Reigns in his battle against this part-time beast? Yep, it's all there, bro. It is all there. But it's gotten away from that. It's gotten away from that. Now WWE's pushing the initiative of Roman Reigns. He gets his ass kicked, but he gets up every single time. You know, WWE foolishly asked on Twitter, Brock Lesnar took 5 Superman punches. How many Superman punches is it going to take to keep the beast down? Listen, you're asking the wrong fucking question going into WrestleMania. You see, WWE's got it ass backwards. The real question is, how many F5s is Roman Reigns going to take at WrestleMania? How many F5s is Roman Reigns going to kick out of at WrestleMania? No, but WWE thinks I forgot at SummerSlam in the biggest fatal 4-way of all time with Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, and Brock Lesnar, that Roman Reigns was the one who was pinned in that match. How many F5s did he take? All it took was one, motherfucker. All it took was one. So why am I to believe now that Roman Reigns can kick out of 2, 3, 4 F5s when all it took was one to down this Samoan badass? Give me a fucking break, WWE. Or the better question is, here's another question on top of my original questioning. We didn't see the spear done on Monday Night Raw. Brock Lesnar may have took 5 Superman punches, but how many spears is it going to take to level the beast? 1. It's going to take 1 fucking spear. 1 spear. This is pathetic, people. I want you to see through WWE's bullshit. But most of you don't. Most of you don't. You think I'm some fucking YouTube goon, some YouTube clown who doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. I know what I've been talking about for the last 4 years, motherfucker. It's you people who constantly go away from what I tell you. And then you retreat to Twitter and, you know, oh, JD's a virgin! I'm right. I know, listen, I swear on everybody, I give you the fucking sign of the cross right here. Sign of the cross right here on Off the Script. I will not complain about Roman Reigns winning the Universal Championship. Why should I? It's an inevitability. It will happen. We know. We know. And I laugh at all these reports. Oh my God, Dana Brooke is already confirming Brock Lesnar for the UFC. How is this news? How is this news? Paul Heyman came out on Monday Night Raw and said it himself. What, did everybody go fucking deaf for the 10 seconds he said it? Who cares? Great, the title's going to be back on Monday Night Raw. Great, the title's going to be on Roman Reigns. Fine, finally. Should have happened at fucking SummerSlam. If I can hope for one thing to happen in this match, it's that Brock Lesnar actually wins, throws the fucking title in the ring and says, fuck you, Vince and Roman. Dana, how you doing? That's what I wish would fucking happen. But it's an inevitability. Nothing to get overly upset about. All I hope for is a good match. But I know the match may be good, but the ending may actually cause me to legitimately vomit everywhere. If Brock Lesnar is going to put over Roman Reigns, I am sure, especially with what we've seen already from the Elimination Chamber to this build, WWE has yet to showcase their worst. I hope you guys got your Do It For Roman t-shirts ready in the front row, because I think we haven't seen the worst yet of they do it for Roman. We're waiting for Brock Lesnar to do it. That's the last piece to the fucking puzzle. We have to wait and see what cancerous ending WWE comes up with in that Universal Championship match. But the build is awful. I couldn't give one single iota of a fuck to the build with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Other than that, I'm really not excited about anything on Monday Night Raw. I mean, the triple threat match for the IC title, yeah, it should be a good match. Braun Strowman's partner, well, I'm expecting to hear that shit. I'm expecting to hear that shit. I would not put it past WWE to give Big Show another token title run for signing a new multi-year deal when all we want is Samoa Joe. And then you got the fucking marks on Twitter. Oh, Samoa Joe is fat, man. That's not a WrestleMania moment, man. What do you mean it's not a WrestleMania moment? Try telling that to fucking Joe. Tell that to Samoa Joe, who's never been at a WrestleMania. You fucking clown. Not a WrestleMania moment. Guy's the best thing about Monday Night Raw before he went down with injury. Now you don't want to see him? Fuck out of here. Joe is the best option. It's not Mysterio. It's not Elias. It's not Kane. God forbid. Big Show, my God, hand me the fucking noose and the bleach. I'll take the shot and then hang myself. It's not Jericho. It's not, who else did they bring up to the table? Who else? It's not Ellsworth. Who genuinely wants to see James Ellsworth as tag team champion? Are you fucking retarded? The guy does not belong on television. Now you want him back with Braun Strowman? Do you really want to make an embarrassment out of the Raw Tag Team Championships? It's bad enough that there's no fucking division. Now you're going to put the title on James Ellsworth? Come on, man. At least you got a storyline there with Samoa Joe. It's simple. It works. It's dominating. They'd bring prestige back to the title, or at least keep the same level of prestige that Cesaro and Sheamus have given to the titles, and you got a storyline waiting to happen there. Do it. Do it. It's the one thing that makes sense. The Raw Women's Championship, don't get me started. Should be on the pre-show. Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali should be on the main card. The Raw Women's Championship storyline is terrible storytelling, to say the least. I hope the match lasts 60 seconds, and we can get that nightmare over with as fast as possible. SmackDown Live. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens continue to prove why they are the best heels right now on the main roster. And I'm not going to say in all of WWE because that would probably go to one Blackheart, Tomaso Champa. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, man, had a great promo. Great promo on SmackDown Live. And the reason why I loved it so much is because it came off sounding natural. You know, most of these guys, they go out there and they just sound overly robotic and they overly sound scripted and they don't sound natural. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have this natural feeling about them that, you know, you genuinely are interested in what they have to say. You're genuinely interested to see their delivery. It's great. It's great. And Sami Zayn, man, he has come so far as being a heel. We all thought Neville wasn't really going to be a good heel. Neville owned that fucking gimmick. Owned that gimmick. Sami Zayn's on his way to doing the same thing, man. Which gives me hope. If they want to turn Bayley heel, I think Bayley has the potential to channel her inner dark side. I think that would be very good. They're owning it right now. A lot of people are talking about a potential heel turn in this match, which we'll discuss later on in the weekend. But I'm loving their work so far. I'm excited about that match. I'm excited to see Daniel Bryan back in the ring. WWE apparently did indeed play up the fact that Shane McMahon was suffering a little bit, more than he has been with these illnesses and these ailments that he's going through. So we'll see what happens with that. Very fishy that they're playing it up. And it might lead to an eventual heel turn for him at WrestleMania. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing Daniel Bryan back in the ring where he belongs, doing his thing, becoming the number one man in the company like he rightfully deserves. We didn't get much of a build for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. I was hoping that they would turn that into a ladder match. We didn't get any of that. Rusev Day. You guys know how I feel about Rusev. We did an off-the-script extra yesterday. Talking about the rumor, you fucking clowns. Oh, JD, how dare you report fake news, man? Yes, because apparently I'm working for PW Insider now. Apparently I have an alias of Mike Johnson from PW Insider. I didn't report the fucking news. People come at me for reporting this news reported by PW Insider, yet What Culture, Cultaholic, Wrestle Talk, Clowns View Entertainment, and other failures in the community talked about the same thing. You know, Cultaholic, What Culture, and Wrestle Talk TV aren't failures, by the way. So don't misconstrue that. Just want to get that out there before people start saying, oh my God, JD threw shade at these other guys. Fuck out of here. I am giving my opinion on a topic reported by a credible source. Okay, Mike Johnson, more than likely, you're probably going to take him over Dave Meltzer nowadays. That's the consensus I get, or the feeling I get from the community. He reported it. I talked about it. I gave my opinion on it. Leave it at that. Leave it at that. Rusev asked for his release before WrestleMania. Before he was put into this fatal four-way match, or made a fatal four-way match with his inclusion. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I don't know why people would not think that is a plausible, news article. The guy has been frustrated. The guy has been used as a enhancement talent. The guy was destined for the Titus Catering online ordering. Let's wait for Titus's homemade cheesecake battle royal. You think Rusev wants to be in the Titus Catering online ordering battle royal? No, we don't want that. He doesn't want that. He knows he deserves better than that. He was destined for that. Losses to Styles, losses to Nakamura, used as enhancement talent, not really going anywhere. In a tag team with Aiden English, we thought they were going to win the tag team titles or at least contend for them. That didn't happen. Off SmackDown Live for 3 weeks at a time, and then all of a sudden WWE wants to use him. Duly noted. Rusev Day chants everywhere. T-shirts flying off the shelves. Yet nothing. Would it be out of the realm of possibility for this guy to be so fucking frustrated with his positioning on SmackDown Live that he went to creative and management and said, listen, I want out. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be here no more. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Rusev has made a name for himself and has created a brand and a gimmick. He could go anywhere now with the superstardom that he has achieved and be that guy. He could be that guy. You know, I mentioned yesterday, I would not be surprised if he walks from WWE to see the Bulgarian flag printed over a Bullet Club logo. I would not be surprised to see Rusev Club t-shirts at Hot Topic. I would not be surprised by any of this. But everybody needs to calm down. He's in the Fatal 4-Way. It's a Fatal 4-Way now for the U.S. title. Now WWE seemingly has booked themselves in a corner. Do they keep this guy happy? Because I certainly would. It would definitely be on my list of priorities at WrestleMania. What titles do we change? Yep, the U.S. title. Give it to Rusev. Randy Orton is a human bottle of fucking NyQuil. The guy is trash. The guy is boring. He does nothing. He brings nothing to the table. Randy Orton might be fucking amazing in the ring. He may be the perfect quintessential fucking vision of what a pro wrestler should be. Whatever. Randy Orton as a babyface is fucking boring. Bobby Roode has been boring ever since they kept him as a babyface on SmackDown Live. Jinder Mahal, not even worth the fucking energy to fucking talk about him. Rusev is the only outcome in this match as far as U.S. champion goes. You think you're going to put Rusev in a match with three other guys that fans really don't really care about? You think you're going to put Rusev in there and get away with him not winning the title in front of 80,000 people chanting Rusev Day? Yeah, let me see WWE deny him again on the biggest stage that they could possibly deny him on. Sure. Biggest creative blunder that would be all year if they don't give Rusev that United States Championship and let this guy run as a babyface on SmackDown Live. I have spoken! No more. What else do we got on SmackDown Live, man? AJ Styles, Nakamura, you know, I'm enjoying the minuscule, simplistic storyline that they got. You know, AJ is too emotional. Nakamura is feeding off his emotions. AJ with the mind games right back at him in the last week on the Go Home show. Good stuff. You know, WWE really didn't put a lot of effort into the build of this match. That's because I think we are getting the dream match. They gave us the dream match, and people in WWE figured, you know what, we're giving them the dream match. This is all they wanted, so we'll half-ass the build. So that's what we got there. I'm excited to see that. Anyway, with little to no build, I was happy to see Nakamura mention Tokyo Dome, though, in his promo on SmackDown Live. We got... What else we got? The Women's Championship on SmackDown Live with Asuka and Charlotte. You know, I'm excited about that. There's always the impending cash-in from Carmella. We'll discuss that again this weekend when we talk about WrestleMania preview and predictions. But I'm looking forward to that. Asuka, you know, I do not see Asuka losing, nor should she lose at WrestleMania. And I'm excited about the overall just show that is going to be in New Orleans, man. I think WWE is going to deliver. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because when I get excited about something WWE does, they always end up failing and disappointing in the end. If we go into this with the lowest expectations possible, we might come out saying that this was probably one of the greatest WrestleManias that they've ever delivered. So I hope that is the case. Now, I know for a fact going into Saturday and TakeOver, we will get the greatest TakeOver of all time. There's no possible way that, you know, we're going into that show and we don't get the greatest TakeOver of all time. Just look at what's on the card. Aleister Black versus Andrade Cien Almas for the NXT Championship. North American Championship. We got a triple threat match for the Dusty Final and the Tag Team Championship. We got Tomaso Champa versus Johnny Gargano. And we got Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler, which may be the worst match on the entire fucking show. And I don't mean that in any negative way whatsoever. Just it is what it is. It's going to be a great show, man. I can't wait. The Go Home show of NXT delivered. We got to see our first taste of Ricochet in a match with Lars Sullivan and Killian Dane. WWE really didn't go through with it. They had everybody come out and just kind of present themselves in front of the audience to get you hyped even more so for the North American Championship ladder match, which everybody wanted my opinion on the North American Championship. Fantastic looking belt, man. It looks fucking gorgeous. So old school in presentation. Man, NXT continues to do things the right way. We had, what else do we have on that show? We had the finals of the Dusty Classic before what we got announced. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly thought that they could get one over on William Regal. They caused a double DQ, no contest between the Authors of Pain and the team of Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. And William Regal, showing you why he is the best GM in all of professional wrestling right now, came out and stated, listen, you guys thought you could get one over on me, all because Bobby Fischer's hurt and Kyle O'Reilly right now doesn't have a partner. That doesn't mean you ain't defending the fucking titles, man. So he said it will be the Undisputed Era versus Authors of Pain versus Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong in a triple threat match, not only for the finals of the Dusty Cup, but for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Adam Cole then confronted William Regal, and he said, this is bullshit. You damn well know I'm in a North American Championship ladder match with 5 other guys. How can you put me in this match with O'Reilly to defend these tag team titles? It's not fair. So William Regal gave him one of 3 options. A, you have Kyle O'Reilly go at it by himself, and you don't tag with him. B, you tag with him, and you do the ladder match, both in the same night, or you just do the ladder match and nothing else. So, I'm loving William Regal, man, giving him a damn swift ultimatum. So, Adam Cole is going to be doing both. So, Adam Cole, man, they're putting a lot of stock in Adam Cole right now. I hope he comes out of this okay, because both of those matches will be physical, man. And no DQ triple threat match. And then a ladder match on top of that with Ricochet and EC3, Velveteen Dream, Lars Sullivan, and Killian Dane. Holy shit, man. Adam Cole is in for a long night at TakeOver New Orleans, man. It was a very good show. Tomaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, man, that's going to be the match. That may be the match of the weekend. Their build has been picture perfect. Picture perfect. Unsanctioned match. Can't wait to see what those guys do. My only reservation there would be with Tomaso Ciampa coming back. This is his first match back, and we'll discuss this, later on in the show. My only reservation is how far will they push him in his first match back. We have to wait and see. Hopefully everything goes all right. 205 Live, Buddy Murphy and Kalisto. Jesus Christ, that may be on the list of top 10 best matches of the year for WWE. I highly recommend you go out there, man. And then WWE doesn't want to put the cruiserweights on the main show. How could you put something like that? How could you give me shit like that on Tuesday night in front of that audience? Which was a little bit better because, wherever they were on Tuesday night was pretty hot for SmackDown, and they kind of kept it going for 205 Live, but not too much. They appreciated what the fuck those guys did. I don't know. I don't see how you can't. But I don't see why you're giving me shit like that on Tuesday night, and then you don't want to feature that in front of 80,000 people on the grand stage on the main show. It's just mind-boggling to me. It really is. But regardless, if you guys have not seen Buddy Murphy and Kalisto, I highly recommend you go out and watch 205 Live. Fantastic match. May end up being one of the best matches of the year. And that is your week in WWE review, man. SmackDown Live, Monday Night Raw didn't do much to hype you up for WrestleMania, but WWE figures you're already hyped up for WrestleMania as it is. NXT TakeOver this Saturday night. NXT did an admirable job at getting you a little bit more excited for the show on Saturday night. And we have WrestleMania news and rumors. We got NXT TakeOver preview and predictions coming up right here on episode 216 of Off the Script to start your WrestleMania weekend, man. Let's hit the introductions, and I'll see you guys right after the theme music right here on Off the Script. Off this shitty fucking product by coming on here and speaking the fucking goddamn truth about this fucking filth. That I can book a better show taking a fucking dump after eating my fucking Chipotle chorizo with extra cheese. I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say. Have I ever? Of course not. WWE is great, man. Fuck you, Japan, and Kenny Okada. Johnny! What is it, man? Can I suck your dick? What is it, man? And this is the #1 fucking podcast right here on YouTube.com. This is Off the Script. I want to thank Matt from WrestleRumble.com for sponsoring the podcast this weekend, man. WrestleRumble.com has their biggest Pick'em of the year, the WrestleMania 34 Pick'em, and as you guys see there are prizes not only for WrestleMania 34, but NXT as well. One entry is $10, 3 entries is $20, 5 entries is $30. I'm no fucking mathematician, bro. I'm not. I failed math. Actually, no, I didn't. But I am no dummy. I know what is the better value. Those 5 entries at $30 is a steal, bro. So make sure you guys do it for NXT and WrestleMania 34. The NXT prizes are as follows. First place, the NXT Championship belt and 50 MVP points. Second to 5th place, 50 MVP points. And then right on down the line, up until 20th place, 45, 40, and 35 MVP points. Now, the WrestleMania prizes are on a whole nother level, man. First place is $1,000. Cold hard cash. Right to your PayPal account, man. I could do a lot with $1,000. In fact, I may actually, if I could win it, if I could win one of these days, I'd love to buy that replica North American Championship when that shit goes on sale, man. Wow. And you're going to get 50 MVP points. Second and third place, $200. I can still do a lot with $200, man. That's a lot of fucking Guinness. And 50 MVP points. Fourth and fifth place, $100. I can still buy a lot of Guinness with $100. And 50 MVP points. Sixth through 10th place, 3-month subscription to the High Spots Wrestling Network and your choice of any shirt from 80stees.com. WrestleMania collection and 45 MVP points. And then all the way down till 20th place, 40 and 35 MVP points, respectively, man. All you got to do is answer the questions to the best of your ability, to the best of your knowledge. And you will be on your way to winning one of these prizes this weekend, courtesy of WrestleRumble.com. And while you're at it, go buy a t-shirt from Wrestle Rumble, proudly on ProWrestlingTees.com. Thank you, Matt. Love you, buddy. Hope I see you in Chicago for All In. Now, you're probably wondering, JD, that was a great fucking intro, bro. What happened? You got a new intro. No, that's just submission number 1, man. My boy Josh M with the submission. Now, what I'm going to do is, you seen Josh's submission. Now I'm going to give you the video who is going to be battling Josh on this episode of Off the Script. So I'm going to show you guys the next entry into the Off the Script intro submission contest. And what you're going to do is, after the video, you're going to see a little thing pop up in the top right corner. You're going to vote for which one you liked better. And the winner of the voting out of these 2 videos will move on to the next round in the OTS Intro Contest Invitational. So it's either going to be Josh M or the next video you're about to see here, right here on Off the Script. This is entry number 2 of the OTS Intro Contest. Make sure you guys vote, and I'll see you guys when the intro is over with. Well, there you got it. The first 2 entries showcased in the Off the Script Intro Invitational from Josh M. He was the first one that you guys seen, and then the second one was from Yusef. So make sure you guys vote right in the top right corner of the screen. You're going to see a little drop down, a little exclamation point. Vote for who you think is the winner of today's OTS Intro Invitational, who you want to see move on to the next round. I genuinely want to thank everybody, man. I try and stay off Twitter nowadays the most that I can. I'm usually on there, in the morning and then at night. But I want to thank everybody who tweets me when you get a t-shirt, man. You guys have blown my mind with the support for the t-shirts. And I hope you guys, if you're in Orlando, not Orlando, that's last year. That's where my fucking mind is. I only had one cup of coffee, by the way. I don't operate unless I have two. For those of you who are in New Orleans, I wish I was in Orlando. For those of you who are in New Orleans for WrestleMania, man, I really hope that you're partying it up and you're representing, man, with the Get off my TV designs, or the They Do It for Roman designs, or the JD Club Gold Foil. That shit's fucking sexy as shit, man. I want to thank everybody that showcased, your shirts, and when you got them, and your collection of shirts. Some of you ordered the Roman shirt, and you got the Goon t-shirt, and you got the Failure Raha t-shirt to go along with it, man. I want to thank everybody that showcased the shirts on Twitter. I see everything. Thank you guys so much, man. The support is unreal. And I hope you guys are representing Off the Script proud. And I hope you guys get noticed everywhere you go with those t-shirts. What does that shirt mean, man? They do it for Roman. And then you fucking let them know. You let them know that they do it for Roman, man. And it's not a good way, by the way. They do it for Roman and they make us fucking ill in the process. So thank you guys so much for all that, man. It really means a lot to me. If you guys want to get your t-shirts, they do it for Roman. Is my button not working? I guess it's not working. Why is it not working? Oh, man. So those were the two entries, man, for the Off the Script Intro Invitational. The first one by Josh M. And the second one there showcased by Yusef. Make sure you guys go and vote it. Vote for your favorite video, man. You're going to see a little annotation in the top right corner of the screen with a little poll voting. Vote for who you want to see make it to the next round of the intro contest. I want to thank those two guys for sending in those two videos, man, to be showcased here on Off the Script. We'll do two more tomorrow, by the way, as well. We'll do two more tomorrow. I want to genuinely thank everybody, man. I try and stay off Twitter nowadays, for the majority of the time because, Twitter is just cancerous. And it's just not really that much fun anymore. I'm on it during the shows, and I'm on it during the morning and, the nighttime. But I want to thank everybody genuinely from the bottom of my heart, man. I see all the t-shirts that you guys have ordered, and I see you representing the show with pride and love. And I want to make sure you guys are aware that I do see everything. I might not like it or retweet it, but I do see everything. For the ones that I do see, I do like, I do retweet. And if you guys are in New Orleans, I hope you're representing in pride, man. I hope you guys get noticed with the great designs that we have on the shop. I hope people come up to you and ask you why they do it for Roman or what they do it for Roman means. I hope people come up to you with your Jinder Failure Raha t-shirts and, compliment you on the design. I hope that you guys get noticed with the JD Gold Foil t-shirt, the JD Club Gold Foil t-shirt. Thank you guys so much, man. Thank you for representing Off the Script in pride this weekend during WrestleMania weekend, and I hope you guys have a great time down there. If you guys want to get your t-shirts, man, They Do It for Roman, available on barbershopwindow.com. Only on barbershopwindow.com. They Do It for Roman. You guys can get the entire line of t-shirts on barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Once again, that's barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Eat, sleep, bench, repeat. They do it for Roman. Failure Raha t-shirt. The JD is Negan design. Still incredibly popular. There's so many different choices to choose from with more coming, man. So thank you guys so much for the continued love and support of this podcast. Next week, we will have the new shirt coming, man. You guys know how we all love Daniel Bryan on this podcast. You guys know how we have always stated that Daniel Bryan is the true face of the WWE, the true successor to John Cena. It's not Roman Reigns. And now, this weekend, we can finally say the true face is finally back on WWE television. None other than the GOAT himself, Daniel Bryan. The true face is finally back, coming soon, next week, to Barbershop Window. So thank you guys for that. Look out for that next week. If you guys are interested in that, it'll be on the store next week after his return at WrestleMania. I want to thank you guys as well for supporting Harry's. Harrys.com/script. Get your free trial today, man. Harrys.com/script. You're going to get a razor blade, a razor handle, a razor blade protective case, and their foaming shave gel, which feels fantastic on one's face. Not only does it feel fantastic, some of you have stated that it smells fantastic. If you guys don't believe me, I don't know what to tell you, man. You guys know that I would never put my name to anything that is garbage or trash. You guys know me for 4 years now. I would never put a product in my hands that I don't believe in. I believe in Harry's wholeheartedly, man. I have not used another razor blade for 5 months. This is the best shave you will have in your entire life. Whatever you're using now, you're going to end up throwing it away because Harry's is the real deal, man. If you guys want to find out on your own, Harry's is willing to give you a free trial shave set just to try it out because they're that confident that it's going to be the best shave of your life. All you guys got to do is sign up. Harrys.com/script. Shipping and handling is all you guys got to do, man. $2 or $3 and you're going to get this beauty, this shave set delivered right to your front door, man. Once again, that's Harrys.com/script. Also, I want to thank the fine people over at Audible, still sponsoring the show. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys go and get your free audio book. One of these books could be yours for free, man. Justin Roberts, Jim Ross, AJ Lee, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, Mick Foley, and a slew of others, man. On top of that, it's going to be 1 month free of their service. 30 days to try out their service for free. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Thank you guys so very much for all of that, man. Also, follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206 and hit that subscribe button, man. It's going to be a big weekend. You're not going to want to miss any of the content coming here, man. We got a lot of stuff coming. Make sure you are one of the 90,000 plus who are here with Team JD, man. We are going to be at 91,000 after this week, and I can't fucking wait. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications for this weekend's big WrestleMania weekend, man. Thank you guys for all that. We're going to start off with the news, man. I got a couple stories here, a couple of WrestleMania stories, and then we'll get into the NXT Takeover New Orleans preview and predictions, but I didn't want to have this podcast without any news because this is why you guys are here. You know, I want to get this out of the way, man, because people are making this to be a bigger deal than it really is. This is not a big deal to me. Dana White. And Dana White's got a lot on his hands for this week. And apparently his UFC card is going down in flames with injury. And then Conor McGregor getting arrested in Brooklyn yesterday for whatever. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. People had iPhone footage of him throwing guardrails and him just causing chaos at the Barclays Center, I guess, at a weigh-in or some promotional meeting for UFC this weekend. I don't know what the hell was going on. But Conor McGregor is an embarrassment. He is a true embarrassment if that's the way he acts in public, man. That's a public figure. That's someone that you want representing your company. That is a goddamn disgrace, and that's all I'll say on that. But Dana White reveals that Brock Lesnar is coming back to the UFC after WrestleMania 34. Oh my God, Dana White, spoiler. There's no spoilers here. What spoiler? This is the farthest thing from a spoiler. This is an inevitability. This is the most predictable main event for WrestleMania of all time. Of all time. There's no reason to believe that Brock Lesnar is going to win this match. I wish he would win this match. I wish he would retain the title. It would at least give me and WrestleMania some unpredictability. What if Brock Lesnar won the match at WrestleMania and then dropped the title to Roman on Raw with a big heel turn? With Paul Heyman aligning himself with Roman Reigns. Isn't that a lot more attractive than having Roman coronated again for a third year in a row? Ridiculous. There's been a ton of rumors about Brock Lesnar and his future in the WWE heading into WrestleMania 34. Lesnar and his advocate, Paul Heyman, both have their contracts expiring following the event, and Heyman already told the New York Post that it might be Lesnar's last match in the WWE for a while. That kind of spoils the eventual results of his Universal Championship match with Roman Reigns, unless WWE has a swerve planned, which is highly unlikely at this juncture. This is not a spoiler. Paul Heyman even said it himself on Monday Night Raw. They're gone. If Lesnar loses, he's gone. That's it. There's no spoiler here. WWE's been planning this for a year. What spoiler is it? It might be a spoiler if you got a fucking pee for a brain, but it ain't no spoiler to us. However, there is more gas to add to the flame, with Dana White talking about Lesnar on UFC Tonight. This is via MMAfighting.com. According to Dana White, Brock Lesnar is coming back to fight for the UFC. The WWE has been working hard at getting fans to hate Brock Lesnar over the last month. They, for the most part, have failed, with glimpses of success here and there, but ultimately, when they roll into New Orleans, everything that you've seen for the last 4 weeks is going to go right out the fucking window. They had Lesnar no-show events. They had Roman Reigns talk about how he doesn't respect the WWE fans at all. Despite this, when Lesnar attacked a helpless Reigns, fans cheered. Fans cheered as Lesnar attacked a handcuffed and helpless Roman Reigns. This past week on Monday Night Raw, WWE fans finally started to cheer more for Roman Reigns. They might have been on drugs. Part of it might be the fact that WWE Paul Heyman have done a lot to promote the fact that Brock Lesnar is leaving the WWE. They are maybe hoping fans will turn on him like they did at WrestleMania 20 when he left after his match with Bill Goldberg. Dana White doesn't do anything that doesn't help the UFC and his own self-interests. There is little chance that White made his comments to help WWE paint Brock Lesnar as a villain in the world of professional wrestling. However, Dana White is likely saying what most people already expect. Brock Lesnar is coming back to fight again in the UFC. According to Ariel Helwani, a well-known MMA reporter, the UFC is confident that Lesnar will be back once his obligations with the WWE ends. That doesn't mean Lesnar is going to immediately fight for the UFC. He has to enter the USADA pool again, wait another 6 months because he has to be reinstated there, fulfill his last 6 months of his suspension, and then be tested again, and then he'll be able to fight in the UFC. Brock Lesnar last fought after defeating Mark Hunt. However, the decision was thrown out when Lesnar failed 2 different drug tests with the UFC. As a result, he also picked up a suspension. The most prominent rumors about his return would have Lesnar battle another star recently suspended for failed drug tests, a failure in his own right known as John Bones Jones. As long as Jones does not pick up an additional suspension, he can return to fight after August 2018, which would be perfect to book a fight with Brock Lesnar. Former UFC announcer Joe Rogan said that he would not take the fight if he was Lesnar and fight someone else first. However, time might be running out for Brock Lesnar and his UFC dreams. If he only has 1 or 2 more MMA fights left in his body, getting one against John Jones could cap off his entire MMA career. Dana White says that Lesnar is coming back to the UFC, and after WrestleMania 34 this Sunday, we will definitely know for sure. It's no secret, people. It's no secret. Roman Reigns is going to win the Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar is going back to the UFC. It is not a spoiler. It is what it is. Brock Lesnar is not going to be back in the WWE. And I honestly think fans don't even give a shit. I think fans are so sick and tired of Brock Lesnar half-assing his way through matches. I think they're tired of seeing the I don't give a fuck attitude when it comes to what he does in the ring. Suplex, 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 F5, go home. I think fans are tired of that. I think they have been tired of that. I honestly think the fans want to see the Universal Championship and the champion on Monday Night Raw. That is the only thing that I deem a positive out of this entire situation. At least the championship will be back on Monday Night Raw. You know? It is what it is. Brock Lesnar is leaving the WWE, and good. I think I'm over this Brock Lesnar, run. I think it's about time Brock Lesnar goes away for a couple of years and then comes back. We might end up missing him, you know? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. So I think it's good for Brock Lesnar to go back to the UFC. I'm going to watch what he does in UFC anyway. I always have watched Brock Lesnar and cheered on Brock Lesnar and supported Brock Lesnar in the UFC. I hope he succeeds. I hope he does what he does, you know? But having him in the WWE, I think, has run its course, honestly. And it's not a spoiler. It's an inevitability. Roman Reigns was and is the guy at WrestleMania. No matter how many times we want to bitch and moan, you know, as long as it doesn't main event the show. Which leads me to my next story, which I hope is not the case. The main event of WrestleMania 34 has already been decided by Vince McMahon. This is a major, major, major mistake if WWE wants this to go on last. Daniel Bryan's in-ring return. The debut of Ronda Rousey. The Undertaker potentially returning as the American Badass. And the dream match with AJ Styles and Shinsegae Nakamura. Clearly, there's a lot to be excited about this Sunday's WrestleMania 34. And what could go down as perhaps the biggest and best WrestleMania of all time. WWE has gone all out to make sure it's a stacked card from top to bottom. However, amongst all the excitement, WWE fans have been questioning several different things regarding the event. The first is the running time. And considering that there are 13 announced matches, which could be stretched to 14, it comes as no surprise that WWE's booked out a 7-hour slot on the WWE Network for the event. The second is something that can only be answered at WrestleMania. Will the likes of The Rock and The Undertaker be there? In this case, with The Undertaker, fans have been frustrated at this storyline with John Cena and this impromptu match, you know, possibly not taking place. So a lot of fans are frustrated, but I think those are the people who are the dumbest of the dumb. Just enjoy it for what it is, man. Seriously, enjoy that for what it is. Because it's different, and I explained to you in the beginning of this show why you should be a little bit more patient when it comes to John Cena and The Undertaker. Whether we get The Undertaker or not, what version of The Undertaker remains to be seen. Whether we get a match or a setup for next year's WrestleMania remains to be seen. But they will be there. You are paying your money for WrestleMania. You are expecting to see John Cena and The Undertaker. You will get John Cena and The Undertaker. In what manner we get The Undertaker and what match we get, if we get a match, we don't know. That's the beauty of this season. You want unpredictability for WrestleMania. We just got done through complaining about how unpredictable the WrestleMania season should be. How predictable of a main event we're getting with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Now you're complaining about unpredictability with Undertaker and John Cena. Fans of wrestling are the dumbest people walking this earth. Seriously, I've said it once and I'll say it again. Wrestling fans are the dumbest fucks you will see walking God's green earth. Perhaps the biggest question mark. It's not even that. The biggest question mark hovering over this entire show is what match will main event WrestleMania 34. Clearly, there are a handful that deserve to be in contention, such as the depth of this card, and fans have been vocal about which match they'd like to see close the show. The firm favorite, obviously, amongst everybody, is AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It's a dream match for a reason. Plus, Nakamura won the Royal Rumble, and WWE should always follow tradition of having the Rumble winner receive a guaranteed main event spot. Didn't happen last year because WWE said, fuck tradition, we're going to get Roman Reigns over and have him beat The Undertaker. Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble, but seeing what we got with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania 33 last year, that match was nowhere near main event worthy. Now, maybe if you added Luke Harper and made it a triple threat match, maybe it would have been main event worthy. But WWE fucked up that whole storyline. And, you know, Vince, they do it for Roman. Put Roman in the main event against The Undertaker with no build. They fought over whose fence was bigger than the others. You know, this is my yard. No, it's my yard. That's a WrestleMania-worthy main event. Yeah, people want to complain about The Undertaker's build this year. Were you guys okay with his build last year? Think. However, Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer newsletter has confirmed the news that many fans do not want to hear. The WWE Universal Championship match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar is expected to go on last inside the Superdome. This is a mistake. This is scheduled to be a passing of the torch for the big dog. How many torches has Roman Reigns been passed? And how many of those torches have been extinguished? How many? He got passed the torch at WrestleMania 32 in front of the largest crowd at WrestleMania, according to sources, according to WWE, right? When he beat Triple H for the WWE title. That wasn't a passing of the torch? Undertaker didn't pass him a fucking torch at WrestleMania 33? John Cena didn't pass him a torch at No Mercy? Now we're gonna have Brock Lesnar pass him a torch. Lesnar should not even be in this situation with Roman Reigns. Should be fucking Braun Strowman of all goddamn people. Roman Reigns has more torches on collection than he has championships. It's ridiculous. Every time Roman Reigns is handed a torch, it's extinguished. Why? Because Roman's a fucking failure. Ridiculous. Main event. How is this a main event? We can't go back to WrestleMania 31. That was a main event. Why? Because Seth Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. You know, Carmella ain't doing anything with her fucking briefcase. Can she just give her briefcase to Seth Rollins and have him cash in? Again? This cannot main event. This show cannot end with Roman Reigns holding up the title with fireworks going off and people shitting on Roman Reigns. They can't do it. They can't do it. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. You know? How was that a bigger match than Nakamura and AJ Styles? How? Why would you put the Universal Championship over the WWE title at WrestleMania? Do you know how against tradition that is? Seriously. I find that to be disrespectful to the WWE Championship. I don't see how this match goes on last without a swerve or a Paul Heyman betrayal of Brock Lesnar joining Roman Reigns. I don't know. I think Vince McMahon has ultimately lost his fucking mind. You know? There you go. Everybody sitting in the front row. If you see this match go on last, you know they do it for Roman. This is disgusting. According to Ringside News, Alvarez said, as of yesterday, this match will close WrestleMania, and Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns will main event. End quote. Obviously, WWE could completely change the match order on the day if Vince McMahon has other ideas. The only idea is having Roman's cock on his lips. There's no other idea for Roman or Vince. But with sources claiming that WWE decides the order a few days before the event itself, this could be good indication that Vince is planning to have Roman's potential coronation close the show. Roman coronated again. That's what everybody wants to see, said nobody ever. Fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? That would be god-awful to see end WrestleMania. If I expect the outcome of what this match is going to be, that would be one of the worst endings to WrestleMania of all time. Please don't ruin what people are already saying could be the greatest WrestleMania of all time with that. Can we get a happy moment to close the show? A happy moment. Bryan, Nakamura, something. Undertaker. Roman? Yeah, Roman's cancer. Roman is the opposite of happy. We don't want to see it, and I think New Orleans is in agreement with me. You don't want to see it either. Moving on here, man. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Will he be at WrestleMania? No. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if they have plans for Stone Cold, but Stone Cold apparently will be at the Hall of Fame. And he will be inducting Kid Rock into the WWE Hall of Fame. The WrestleVotes Twitter account recently reported that Kid Rock's WWE Hall of Fame inductor is also a WWE Hall of Famer. They also noted that they're expecting a can of whoop-ass to be opened on stage Friday night. Thus, this could be an indication that Stone Cold Steve Austin will do the honors for Kid Rock. WWE will have the Hall of Fame ceremony tonight on the WWE Network from the Smoothie King Center. I'll take a banana blueberry mix, please. On the WWE Network, Bill Goldberg will headline an underwhelming class of inductees. Goldberg, Ivory, Jeff Jarrett, who people are reporting will be the new GM of SmackDown Live. I like it better than Hogan, but I don't like it still. The Dudleys, Hillbilly Jim. I know a few people that look like fucking Hillbilly Jim. Mark Henry, Kid Rock, and Jarius, J.J. Robertson, who will win the Warrior or be gifted the Warrior Award. I don't know if I'm going to be watching it live because I really don't care, but I'll eventually watch it at some point this weekend. So Stone Cold Steve Austin rumored to be inducting Kid Rock into the WWE Hall of Fame. And that is all the news I have, man. As far as WrestleMania news, we'll save the rest for the weekend. Now, we are going to talk about, as I pull up my card here for, let me see if I could find it. Here we go. NXT Takeover New Orleans. Got to get my notes ready, man. NXT Takeover New Orleans. Only 5 matches on the show. Only 5 matches on the show. But these 5 matches could ultimately bring NXT to the best takeover that we have ever seen, man. There has not been one bad takeover. There has not been one bad takeover at all. And this is a long time coming, man. This is the best NXT has ever looked. And that's saying a lot. We had the Joes and the Nakamuras and the Baszlers, the Rudes, the Zanes, the Nevilles, the Prince Pretties, right? We went through several eras, man. The 4 Horsewomen. This is the best NXT has ever looked depth-wise. With Andrade and Aleister Black and Adam Cole and Ricochet, Velveteen Dream. You got Roderick Strong, Pete Dunne. You know, the list goes on and on and on. EC3 is there now. The rise of Lars Sullivan. The rise of Killian Dane. NXT is in a very good place right now. And I can't wait for NXT TakeOver New Orleans. Now, obviously the biggest match to me all weekend is the Johnny Gargano Tomaso Champa feud. I've mentioned to you guys that if WWE wanted to hold off on this, they could have easily held off on this and give this to us at TakeOver Chicago during Money in the Bank. But we're getting it on Saturday night, and we are going to have a barn burner of a match. It's non-sanctioned. It's an unsanctioned match. William Regal gave us the match because of Johnny Gargano's behavior, stalking, and showing up in a building in which he is no longer employed in. This entire storyline, man, is so old school. This entire storyline has been building for a year. And this is the true culmination of what storytelling should be. Dating back to NXT TakeOver in Chicago last year, we had DIY in that ladder match with the Authors of Pain. And I remember so vividly watching that match and watching Johnny Gargano shove Tomaso Ciampa out of the way as both Authors of Pain were going to take the end of a ladder and ram it right into his face. Gargano pushed Ciampa out of the way, took that shot like a fucking beast, and he got knocked out. That whole match just fell apart from there for DIY. DIY, at the end of the match, heartbroken, defeated, broken down. They embraced at the ramp before they went back to the gorilla position, and Tomaso Ciampa threw Johnny Gargano into the Titantron LED board and proceeded to beat the shit out of him. Turned on his partner right then and there to chants of asshole. At that point, I was like, oh my God, man. I don't know if this is a good idea to break up Tomaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. They are unbelievable together. I don't know how well they're going to fare separated from one another. And then we found out that Tomaso Ciampa was injured. Tomaso Ciampa was going to be out for 9 months. We didn't know when he was coming back. Johnny Gargano was all on his own without a tag team partner. Johnny Gargano could not find his way. He was always reminded of that moment where his partner, his best friend, betrayed him. Great matches with Andrade Cien Almas, man. Great matches. The first one being at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, number 3, to open that show. The best match on that show, easily. That match stole that entire show, man. Classic fucking match. If that was any indication of what we were going to get, my God, they started that feud off the right way. You know, obviously, Zelina Vega played a factor into that match. She threw the DIY t-shirt at Johnny Gargano. Just kind of bringing back old wounds, old memories that broke him down. He lost that match because of that. And from there, it was the storyline of Johnny Gargano trying to find his way. It was like Shawn Michaels-esque. Johnny Gargano trying to find his smile. He lost his smile somewhere along the way, and he can't seem to reclaim it. Losing and losing and losing. Johnny Gargano felt like he didn't belong in NXT anymore. And it was one instance where Johnny Gargano had an opportunity to challenge for the NXT Championship going into TakeOver Philadelphia this past January. He took the spot of the Velveteen Dream because Dream was hurt. He won that Fatal 4-Way. He won a Fatal 4-Way with Adam Cole, Aleister Black, and Lars Sullivan. And he ended up pinning Aleister Black. He pinned Aleister Black. Now, he pinned Aleister Black because of Adam Cole, but he pinned Aleister Black nonetheless. And before that, Aleister Black was not pinned. His shoulders were never pinned to the mat before that match. Johnny Gargano went on to Philadelphia, TakeOver, to challenge for the NXT Championship. And it was one of the greatest matches I've ever seen. It was a match that makes me proud to showcase my love for professional wrestling. On that night, we all wanted Johnny to win the title. It was very difficult to watch that match and not want to give him the title. Very difficult. That place was ready. We were all ready. WWE had other things in mind, though. After the match, Candice LeRae, his wife, came out to embrace him. She was a factor in the match by chasing off Zelina Vega. At the end of the match, she embraced him at the ramp, similar to what Tomaso Ciampa did in Chicago at TakeOver in 2017. And Tomaso Ciampa comes out and hits Johnny Gargano over the back with a crutch. And it's an insult to injury because he wanted Johnny to make sure that he didn't forget about him. And he wanted to just break his heart even more. He lost the title, and he wanted to present himself like, listen, you lost your best friend a while back too, and I'm going to be here to fucking shit all over you in your weakest moment. Johnny Gargano again challenged Andrade Cien Almas to a match on NXT TV. One and done. If I don't win, I quit. I'll quit NXT. Kick me out of NXT, I'm done. Andrade said, if that's what it takes to get rid of you, fine, we'll put the title on the line. Tomaso Ciampa again comes in and ruins Johnny's life. Because of Tomaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano is no longer in NXT. Tomaso Ciampa, following that, has played the villain role so beautifully. You know, people get on me because all I do is mention Roman. It's very difficult for me not to mention Roman because Roman is in a position where he is not being set up to succeed to his full potential. Roman is a heel that WWE is trying to portray as a babyface. Roman is not getting genuine reaction. Roman is not getting organic reaction. Roman is not getting reactions that are appropriate for his character. WWE is giving you one thing and the fans are saying another. That's not genuine. The fans have legitimate hatred for Roman Reigns. It's hatred to the point where they don't want him on television. He is not their chosen one. He is not their man. He is not a champion of the people. Tomaso Ciampa has played the villain role beautifully. And there's vast differences between the two. Roman is getting heat that is not right. It's go-away heat. It's heat that says, fuck you, I don't want to see you. Tomaso Ciampa is getting heat because he's doing his job brilliantly. Tomaso Ciampa is getting heat because fans legitimately want to see him get his ass kicked by Johnny Gargano. And they're giving him shit for it. And it's so blatant, you should understand it quite easily. But it's also pathetic how one is doing the right thing and the other is just not. The vast differences between the two are amazing. Tomaso Ciampa has not uttered one word in 2 weeks. And he had everybody dancing in the palm of his hand. Ripping signs from the crowd. Wiping his ass with Johnny Gargano signs. Getting in the face of old ladies. When he finally spoke, people were all over him. He's gone. He's not coming back. You will never see him in this ring again. Johnny Gargano jumped the barricade dressed as a masked wrestler. Tomaso Ciampa took down an overly huge sign in which Johnny Gargano was holding. Gargano jumped the barricade, beat the shit out of Tomaso Ciampa on NXT TV a few weeks ago. And from there on out, WWE has done a brilliant job at building this storyline with Johnny Gargano not allowed on television through social media. Having Gargano wait for him outside the Performance Center, chasing him on foot as Gargano is running after Tomaso Ciampa in a car. Showing up at Tomaso Ciampa's house at 3 o'clock in the morning, banging on his door, wanting to beat the shit out of him. Tomaso Ciampa had to chase down William Regal. Listen, I can't work for this company if this is what we're going to be doing. I can't manage myself. I can't work in this environment. You got to take care of it. William Regal said, there's nothing I can do. You're absolutely right. The behavior of Johnny Gargano is unprofessional. He shouldn't be here. But the only one that can take care of this is you. And I'm going to let you take care of it. NXT Takeover New Orleans. Gargano, Ciampa. The conclusion of this feud. This is a blood feud, unsanctioned match. My only reservations here are Tomaso Ciampa's first match back after such a devastating injury. ACL. He was out for 9-10 months. This is going to be his first match back. This type of match. A match you know he's going to want to give 500% in. He's been walking around with a knee brace. So I've been watching him very carefully. How far do they let Tomaso Ciampa go coming off of injury for his first match back in an unsanctioned match? If you guys recall an unsanctioned match, you know, the one that I fondly remember is Shawn Michaels versus Triple H at SummerSlam 2002. The lengths that those two guys went to. My God. Bloodbath. Did we see something similar to that here? Minus the blood, because WWE isn't willingly going to have someone blade and add color to a match without there legitimately being a reason. It's going to be difficult, man, to keep these guys contained. You know, if I'm Triple H, I'm letting these guys go balls to the wall. I am. The feud calls for it. The match calls for it. The storyline calls for it. I want to see, not a bloodbath, but I want to see the emotion of Johnny Gargano and everything that he has had to endure. The failures, the heartbreaks, the title losses. And I want to see him just take that out on Tomaso Ciampa. And I want to see the anger of Tomaso Ciampa. You know, I want to see that emotion coming through my television. I want to see him end his best friend. He said it himself in the video package. He's going to break his spirit and take his soul. As if he's competing in fucking Mortal Kombat. Tomaso Ciampa. This is going to be the best match of the weekend. The weekend. And that is incredibly up for debate. Because you got a ladder match on this same show. And then you got Nakamura and AJ Styles at WrestleMania. This is going to be an absolute fucking classic. If Johnny Gargano has shown us anything, he is a dream match machine. I honestly think Tomaso Ciampa is going to win here. I think Johnny Gargano is moving up to the main roster. Wherever he lands, I don't know. I hope to God it's not 205 Live. Because I think Johnny Gargano is worth so much more than 205 Live. I think Johnny Gargano belongs with the big boys. I think Tomaso Ciampa wins here. Johnny Gargano is vanquished. And I think we get Tomaso Ciampa versus somebody for the NXT Championship. I think he's that good. I honestly think he's that good. Johnny Gargano moves up to the main roster. Tomaso Ciampa wins this unsanctioned match and vanquishes Johnny Gargano from NXT forever. That's my prediction on that. Adam Cole versus EC3 versus Killian Dane versus Lars Sullivan versus the one and only Ricochet versus the Velveteen Dream. Ladder match for the inaugural NXT North American Championship. This championship is fucking gorgeous. Gorgeous. Maroon strap, NXT side plates. You got the visual of North America and Canada engulfed right on that center plate that reminds me so much of the old school with the globe. So beautiful. So beautiful, man. NXT is brilliant. They do things the right way, man. I love NXT's fucking passion for the old school, mixing modern with old. I love it. I wish WWE main roster would do it. Adam Cole. Adam Cole is going to be the one guy to look out for during NXT Takeover New Orleans, man. You can see that WWE is putting a lot of stock in Adam Cole. You can tell that 2018 is going to be the year of Adam Cole. They've had him mixed in with pretty much every championship in NXT outside of the NXT World Championship. And they had him with the UK title, and they got him out with the tag team titles, teaming with Kyle O'Reilly, being that Bobby Fish is going to be out till early 2019. And he's also in the inaugural ladder match for the NXT North American Championship. I do believe Adam Cole is going to be one of WWE's future pieces. It's very difficult to not see that when you look at Adam Cole. He's got the look. He's got the charisma, he's got the in-ring ability, he's got the promo work, he's got literally everything it takes to be a number one guy in WWE. I read a rumor today, and I'm not reporting it at all because it's 100% probably fake news. The headline was, WWE planning Roman Reigns versus Adam Cole for next year's WrestleMania. I don't want him to be fed to Roman Reigns. I don't think anybody wants that. But for Adam Cole to show up at WrestleMania next year and be an integral part of WrestleMania next year, I could see that very well happening. I think he makes the main roster at that point. He's that damn good. But Adam Cole's going to have a memorable night, man. He's not only going to be in this match, he's going to be in the tag team title match for NXT TakeOver. Adam Cole is going to be joined by EC3, who made his debut a couple of weeks ago on NXT TV. New theme, looking like a fucking company man with his blue suit. EC3, I'm glad is back in WWE, and I mentioned this on the NXT review. His work in TNA, his work in Impact, yeah, it made him who he is today. But Impact was where they groomed EC3. Still rough around the edges. Still only a somewhat decent promo. You know, he doesn't have the makings of a world-renowned household name. This is why he came to NXT. This is why he came back to WWE. He knew what he had laid out in TNA. The foundation was steady. You know, the foundation was steady. They got him to a point where he reached his maximum capacity there. They did their job. Now it's WWE's time and turn to mold EC3 into a household name. They now are going to take that and they're going to create This is what NXT does. They create. And EC3, by the looks of him already, with the entrance and the theme and the way he's come out and presented himself so far, EC3, you look at him and he's got number one guy written all over him. He's got that look already to him. And that might be the WWE effect, but if they mold him and continue to mold him and continue to work with him where he needs to be worked on, it's going to be very difficult to disagree with me. EC3 could become a household name for WWE. I expect him to thrive in this match, along with Adam Cole. Killian Dane and Lars Sullivan, I don't want to see the destruction these guys could cause with a ladder. It's going to be fucking chaos. It's going to be chaos. Killian Dane has got monster big man written all over him. So does Lars Sullivan. Killian Dane is obviously further ahead than Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan's still green around the edges. He's coming into his own quite nicely, being featured prominently. These two, I think, will stand out doing the best of the big man stuff with weapons around them. Them manhandling a ladder. God knows, like I said, what's going to happen with these two guys when they get a hold of a ladder. Ricochet. Ricochet is one of those guys that I've always wanted to see make his way through WWE. I've had the pleasure of calling Ricochet matches for House of Glory. The guy is phenomenal. A lot of people say that I overhype Ricochet. You will be taking back all those words when you see Ricochet in this match. You put Ricochet in a match like this, which he's already stated is the biggest match of his life, for the North American Championship, a ladder match with this type of talent in this match, you're going to see Ricochet on a whole nother level. You don't want to see what this guy could potentially do with a ladder and off a ladder. You don't know what's in this guy's mindset, being that this is his first televised match in WWE on TakeOver of all shows. You don't think this guy is going to go out there and try to fucking blow everybody away WrestleMania weekend? I would not put it past him. Ricochet is going to be your favorite in this match coming out of this ladder match. My favorite to win the whole thing. My favorite to be the new North American champion. My favorite to win the inaugural North American Championship ladder match is the Velveteen Dream, Patrick Clark. There's one reason and one reason only why I think Patrick Clark, Velveteen Dream, should win this match. Adam Cole could be a perfect candidate for it, but I think Adam Cole's got bigger and better things to worry about after this match. EC3, I would not give it to him because it's his first match. Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, I don't think either of them are ready for it. Ricochet, same boat as EC3. First match, you don't want to give the title to someone like that in their first match. You want to have them earn it. Velveteen Dream has more than earned this match. Velveteen Dream has more than earned this championship. I think Velveteen Dream's body of work so far, and the way that he handles himself, the way that he owns this character, is unlike anything we've seen in a very, very long time. I think it's on WWE to reward one of their own. I think it's on WWE to reward someone who's come up through the Performance Center, that's come up and worked on a gimmick, has made it work, has lived vicariously through this gimmick, has done everything in his power to make you believe in this gimmick. I think everything that Patrick Clark has done up until this point needs to be rewarded. I think it's about time we start rewarding people that come up through the ranks. And I'm not only saying that because that was part of the gimmick of Velveteen Dream for a little bit, just a couple weeks ago. I'm saying that because I genuinely mean it. It's easy for anybody to come on here and do a podcast and say, yeah, let's give it to Ricochet because he's fucking Ricochet. Let's give it to EC3 because he's fucking EC3. Let's give it to Adam Cole because he's Adam Cole, baby. No. Those are the easy choices. Those are the easy choices. You got to look at the one choice that deserves it. It's Velveteen Dream. And on top of that, why do you want to give it to Ricochet, who's going to be a babyface? Why do you want to give it to EC3 who's going to be a babyface? Why? You don't think WWE planted the seed for Velveteen Dream to tweet out that shit about indie talent and guys coming in to take his spotlight from the independent scene? Pretty much, he didn't say it in these words, but he said it in this tone. Fuck the independent scene. Fuck the indies. You don't think WWE had Velveteen Dream say that because they're grooming him for this title? You don't think WWE had him go out there and say that because he's going to win the North American Championship and he's going to have Ricochet or EC3 chase him for the title? Don't you think the title would be better off on a character like the Velveteen Dream, who is quintessentially a heel? But we love him so much because he demands it. The character demands it. But don't you think it would be fun to have him and his character and the way he comes off with the championship, having a babyface like Ricochet chase Velveteen Dream? I think the money is in the chase here. Instead of giving it to a guy who we know is leaps and bounds better than anybody in this match, why not give it to the one guy who's ultimately earned it up until this point? Velveteen Dream is going to be your new North American champion. And I would be surprised if they give it to anybody but Dream. He's my choice, and he's the new North American champion. Undisputed Era, Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole filling in for Bobby Fish, who tore his ACL. Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne. Authors of Pain and Roddy and Pete Dunne had a great match on NXT TV. I loved seeing Roddy just do what he does. I mentioned on NXT Review, I think Roddy should be in contention for most valuable player in WWE so far for 2018. The guy's been everywhere. You ask something of Roddy, and he does it. UK Championship match, Cruiserweight tournament, he's all over the fucking place. Now he's in a Tag Team Championship match at NXT Takeover New Orleans, which could be the biggest takeover of all time. Pete Dunne, I love Pete Dunne. I love the intensity of Pete Dunne. I love his character. I love the way he plays and portrays a genuine heel. He's got that Stone Cold era, Stone Cold-esque heel vibe to him, but people love him anyway because they respect him. He demands respect. It's tough not to like Pete Dunne. I love seeing a new side of Pete Dunne teaming with Roderick Strong. He shed that, I'm better than you, get the fuck out of my way, bully type character for the greater good of the team. And it was nice to see that on NXT TV this week. He teamed with Roddy, the best that he very could. And it was refreshing. But the Undisputed Era thought that they could get one over on NXT management. Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly caused the double DQ. And the finals of the tournament did not go as NXT had planned. So William Regal said, you ain't getting one over on us, man. All because Bobby Fish is out doesn't mean you're not defending your titles. So he put them in the match, and it's now a triple threat match. The tournament went as follows. Street Profits beat Heavy Machinery. TM61 lost to the Authors of Pain. I thought this entire tournament was built up for TM61 and the Street Profits. So, boy, was I wrong. Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli versus Sanity. Sanity went on to the next round, and Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan lost to Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong, who were a replacement for Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven. So we had a semifinal round of Street Profits versus Authors of Pain, which was a squash, pretty much. Authors of Pain went on to the finals, and then Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong beat Sanity in a hard-fought contest. So Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong, by the looks of it, man, they went through Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, which was a fucking physical match. Same thing with Sanity. And then they had the Authors of Pain. So if you're looking at anybody who truly deserves the Tag Team Championships based on the route that they took to get here, it is Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. Who do I think is going to win this match? Being that Adam Cole is filling in for Kyle O'Reilly now, I would not be surprised to see Undisputed Era walk out still Tag Team Champions because I don't think Adam Cole is going to win the North American Championship, and I don't think NXT or WWE should kind of punish Undisputed Era for Bobby Fish getting hurt because I don't think that was in the plans. So I do think Undisputed Era is going to find a way to retain the titles here with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. If I was to choose anybody else to win the titles, if I wanted a title change, it would definitely be Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. I think a lot of people are looking forward to them winning this match, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. Authors of Pain, I think, are being moved up to the main roster. That's just me. I'm going with Undisputed Era here. I think Undisputed Era is going to retain the... Something's flying around. Again, more I don't know what the fuck is with this room. Good thing I didn't kill it. I should have killed it when I seen it crawling. I was hoping it would just fucking mind its own business. But I think the Undisputed Era is going to win this match and retain the tag team championships. Authors of Pain are going to get moved up. Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong are going to be the Cinderella team here. I'm hoping they win it, but I think Undisputed Era is going to take it. Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship. This is the second time these women are going at it. And I think the second time is going to be the charm, man. I think Ember Moon, I have a feeling Ember Moon is going to be called up to the main roster. I really think so. Shayna Baszler, WWE's been grooming her along with Ronda Rousey. I think 2 of the 4 horsewomen of MMA are going to have career standout weekends. I think Ronda Rousey is going to showcase herself at WrestleMania in the best way possible, and I think Shayna Baszler is going to end up winning the NXT Women's Championship. Ember Moon showcased why she's a fucking bad woman in her own self. You know, she pulled out the surprising victory, upset, at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia by withstanding Shayna Baszler's submission moves. I don't think Ember Moon escapes this time around. I think Ember Moon is going to fall to Shayna Baszler. I think they're going to play up the fact that Shayna Baszler injured Ember Moon, and I think she's going to fall to Baszler at NXT TakeOver, and Shayna Baszler is going to be the new Women's Championship. And then I think Kairi Sane is going to be the next one positioned for the Women's Championship in NXT. I could kind of see it going this way. Ember Moon being called up. Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane would be the next program because they want to play off the fact of that being the finals of the Mae Young Classic rematch. And then I think Kairi Sane wins it from Shayna Baszler. And then I think at that point we're going to start to slowly see, leading up until that point, Bianca Belair start moving into the title picture. And I think when she's ready, give her most of this year to get ready. I think when Kairi Sane is the champion, that's when we'll start to see Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane for the NXT Women's Championship. And if that is the case, take my money. That is going to be fucking great. I can't wait to see it. I could see where they're going with that, and I hope that's the route that they're going. Shayna Baszler is going to win the NXT Women's Championship at TakeOver. Andrade Cien Almas versus Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. You know, I don't want to sit here and tell you that I'm not going to enjoy this match because I think it's going to be one hell of a fucking match. But this match is going to fall victim to the same thing that's going to hinder the Roman Reigns-Brock Lesnar match. This is, to me, kind of predictable. You know, pretty much WWE, you know, sent out smoke signals on NXT TV the last couple weeks. You know, Aleister Black winning NXT Championship. Especially with that beatdown attack that Andrade Cien Almas did a couple of weeks ago. Andrade has been great. His work with Johnny Gargano speaks for itself. His title reign, a lot of people didn't really anticipate anything much out of it. You know, there were some people who thought that he would be a paper champion or a interim champion because of Drew McIntyre. But he ended up proving everybody wrong. And his body of work has been fucking some of the best things that we've seen in NXT for the better part of the year. I think Andrade is about due to be moved up to the main roster. And I think with this loss here to Aleister Black, I think Andrade is going to be moved up because there's going to be so much in the talent pool in NXT that you could put in that position. Drew McIntyre is coming back. Adam Cole's going to be positioned for the NXT Championship. Then you're going to have EC3 and Ricochet. And then you got Lars Sullivan. You know, Velveteen Dream in his own right. You got a lot of guys waiting in the wings for an NXT Championship match. Andrade, I don't know what he does. You know, if he does lose this match, what, he's going to get another rematch? And what good is that going to do? When you make a guy the guy in NXT, you know, more than likely, if it's a guy like Aleister Black, you're not going to put the title on them and take the title immediately off of them. If Andrade loses this match, there's no better place for him to go than the main roster. He's done everything in NXT. You know, he's had massive up and downs. You know, he was completely out of his element when he first came into NXT. They repackaged him. He still didn't get over. They put Zelina Vega with him, and then he started to slowly come out of his shell, and we started to see the Andrade Cien Almas that we've all wanted to see. And now we got an Andrade that very well may be one of the best things in the entire company. Andrade Cien Almas with Zelina Vega as an act, as a pairing, is unbelievable. And I want to see them succeed on a grander stage. This was just, you know, a test for Andrade. This was a reward for his hard work, for turning everything around when people didn't think he was going to turn it around. And with Aleister Black, you know he's going to be the new man in NXT. It's just the way of the world in NXT. You know whose time is next. Aleister Black has been waiting, and Aleister Black has been groomed. It's very difficult to look at NXT TakeOver New Orleans and think anything else but Aleister Black winning the NXT title. Aleister Black is going to win with the Black Mass. Andrade Cien Almas is going to be moved up to the main roster. Wherever he lands, I don't know. But I'll tell you this, wherever he lands, I'm going to be following with a close eye because I wish him nothing but success. You know, I'm proud to say that I've seen the ascent of Andrade Cien Almas, and I'm glad he came out of that dark hole that he was in. And the pairing of him and Zelina Vega should be a fucking home run, a grand slam on the main roster. Aleister Black wins with the Black Mass. So we got Aleister Black winning the NXT Championship. Shayna Baszler winning the NXT Women's Championship. Undisputed Era retaining the Tag Team Championships. That is the only championship I see, remaining on who it's on right now going into TakeOver. Adam Cole, EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet, Velveteen Dream. I'm going with Velveteen Dream as the new North American champion in that inaugural ladder match. And then Johnny Gargano versus Tomaso Ciampa. I'm going with Tomaso Ciampa to beat Johnny Gargano at NXT TakeOver New Orleans. And that is my preview and prediction for what could possibly be the greatest TakeOver of all time. Let me know what you guys think about that. Please vote for your favorite intro for today's video. You guys will get 2 more tomorrow. We'll have fun with that tomorrow. So make sure you guys vote. And tomorrow we'll conclude with some more news and rumors. And then I think we will do a WrestleMania preview and predictions as well tomorrow. That'll be the bulk of the podcast tomorrow. And then for Sunday, I don't know what I'll do. I might do some random WrestleMania news scattered about going into the event. We'll see what happens, man. But look forward to tomorrow. It should be another big episode right here on Off Script. Please make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you guys get your t-shirts. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys support Harrys.com/script. audibletrial.com/offthescript. And please make sure you guys support through the Patreon page if you guys want to. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Off the Script. Enjoy the Hall of Fame tonight. I will probably be watching along tonight, being that I got nothing else to do. And I will see you guys right back here tomorrow with more WrestleMania coverage on Off the Script. Until then, take care, enjoy your Fridays, and I'll see you right back here for part 2.